Good morning and welcome to News for You. Would you please rise for a moment of silence to be followed by our Pledge of Allegiance? And now, our Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning and welcome to News for You. This is Tuesday, August the 13th, 2019, as we now hit day 2 of week 2 of the first 9 weeks. We have some announcements for you. The Thomas County Central Bass Fishing Club is currently looking for anglers to represent Thomas County Central and compete in sanctioned high school bass fishing tournaments across the state of Georgia. First tournament is scheduled for Saturday, September 7th at West Point Lake near LaGrange. High school bass fishing is one of the fastest growing youth-related movements across the country, and they need you. If you're interested in this exciting new sport, see Coach Wilson in room V102 for more information on the TCCHS Bass Fishing Team. We mentioned yesterday that yearbooks are currently on sale, $40, the lowest price they will be all year, so check with Ms. Perry about yearbooks. And other news for you, Backpack Buddies will start on Wednesday from 3:30 to 4:15 at the School Board Complex across from Wendy's. We need to have folks coming out there to help with Backpack Buddies. See Colonel McLeod and the counselor's office for more information, but plan on coming out and helping with that very important effort here. Again, that will take place tomorrow from 3:30 until 4:15. Also tomorrow morning at 7:30, FCA leadership team will be meeting in the conference room to plan for the upcoming year. If you need information on that, see Coach Henderson. But again, FCA leadership team, Wednesday 7:30 in the conference room to plan for the upcoming year. Speaking of Ms. Perry, a student announcement that you need to be aware of. Student newspaper is coming to Thomas County Central High School. Starting to get excited about that. It's going to be cool. Students have been emailed a form to help choose a name for the school newspaper. Please vote through your TC Jackets email on the form that was sent. That form should be in your mailbox. Check on that. And again, if you need more information, see Miss Perry about our school newspaper coming soon. We want to make sure that all students know about the Cool to Be Kind Act of Kindness calendars that are being placed on Facebook every month. And again, teachers are going to be getting monthly calendars in their mailbox to be posted in their room for student viewing. The Anti-Bullying Club is what Cool to Be Kind is, and Mrs. Guy and B11 is the sponsor. They want all the folks that they can get to help. Drop by and see her if you'd like more information about the Cool to Be Kind Club. Freshmen, 9th grade elections are going to take place soon. If you are interested in running for office, you have to have the forms turned in by August the 16th, which is this Friday. You have to, again, see Ms. Carver in room C6 to get all the information for the 9th grade elections. Again, the elections themselves will take place in about 2 weeks. Students, something you need to be aware of, we're going to be starting intramural sports here. That's going to be a lot of fun. Intramural sports will start the week after Labor Day. Intramurals will meet on Friday mornings from 7:15 to 7:45 in the gym. Only students participating will be allowed in the gym, and they'll be done in time for students to get to breakfast before the bell. Flag football, basketball, dodgeball, ultimate frisbee, and others will be taking place through the year. We'll have more information on that, but again, be thinking about participating in an intramural sport. Again, that will be something new here at Thomas County Central this year. Don't forget now, Friday is the scrimmage against the K-Rose Syrup Makers at the Jackets Nest. Game time will be 7:30. Come on out. Tickets will be on sale Thursday and Friday for $5 in the bookkeeping office. And now here on News for You, part 2 of the documentary that you started yesterday, Can You Not See? A look at the impact of high school football and the integration of the Thomas County and Thomasville school systems. Enjoy.
And we worked together to make it. Well, I taught science, as I said, and we had, everybody worked together to make the system one of the best as it is and was in the state of Georgia.
When the school system integrated with the teachers, Miss Opal Lewis, I guess you know her. Miss Opal Lewis. And we found out we were kinfolk, so that helped us out all the way along.
Yeah, cousin.
Parents of awards, so we went off. That's true. So we went in, that's the way we introduced ourselves, cousin. And we both in social studies. And that helped too. So, you can't tell you, yes we are. I was social studies teacher for 35 years and it worked.
You know, there's never been a time that I can recall, and like I say, I've been here 46 years, that our faculty members didn't get along. We got along well, everybody, you know, and young people saw that we didn't have any stuff like many places where they had 2 high schools in the same time, with 3 with Brookwood, and they couldn't even walk the same side of the street. I think too, we can't forget the role that our students played.
Oh yeah.
Now we came in as adults and we was going to set the example for them, but they had to carry out that plan. Regardless of what you told those young men getting prepared for spring practice, if they didn't get on that field, and you all had to establish that from the coaching staff standpoint, you had to be living, live, active role model. And the children had to see us as adults get along, and they were gonna do it. Well, we didn't have the support at the church because we didn't go to church together. We didn't have an associate because we didn't do that. But from Monday to Friday, we expected those students to walk the hall together, sit in classes together, and be respectful. But they was following great leadership.
You can catch him or you can leave him alone. Go call that sergeant. Go call that sergeant. Tell him down, lose the traffic. Tell him down, lose the traffic.
Many other cities in the South had significant racial issues at this time. Thomasville, Georgia had many great leaders on and off the field that guided this community.
The schools were very interested in how everything was going to work out. And we got very good cooperation. And it started from our principal, Mr. Johnny J. Jones, who was a very intelligent man. He prepped his teachers and everybody else about the coming together. And that was one of the things I wanted to plug in.
But for me, as a rookie head coach, the most important person at the table was James Bryant. He made it possible for me to be successful. And if he were less of a man than he was, he could have undermined me in 1,000 different ways. And in the 13 years we worked together, I never saw a second of any kind of behavior, except everything he did was to try to make Thomasville High School successful.
Coach Bryant was one of my coaches and teachers at Douglas High School, my product of Douglas High School. He was assistant coach when I was there. I was one of his pupils. He taught me how to think, how to get along with people. And I want to put this in interjection. Coach Bryant was much older, more mature than I was. And that made the difference in his situation, thinking. I learned something from him. My wife told me, you better prep yourself ready. The Lord had a plan for me, but that was not my plan, what happened. But the Lord had a plan for me on down the line. And now I am reaping the benefits from all those plans Coach Bryant and E.C. Williams had for us. That man was some kind of man.
Coach James Bryant got me into coaching in Thomasville City Schools. If it had not been for him and his foresightedness, I would not have been in the position.
When the boys didn't understand or didn't really appreciate what was going on sometimes, then he would help them. He would tell them, you know, we'll get through this, we'll work through this. And he knew what he could do, and he knew that he had the knowledge, and he was a good listener. He had a lot of guys that came over from Douglas to Thomasville High who were good football players. And you can tell this because they integrated in 70. And by 1973, they had a championship football team.
The 19